everyone, welcome to my review of the Poison Ivy Green with Envy premium format by Sideshow Collectibles. This is a variant edition, and that basically just means that this one features a light green skin tone rather than a flesh tone, and also these flowers that are on the base, they are of a different type compared to the original release. And I really find that this green skin tone does a lot to improve this piece. Especially with the red hair, I just love the mix between the red hair and the green colors. It really just takes this piece to a whole new level in my opinion. Now, I won't shy away from admitting that this review is going to be of a positive nature because I'm really pleased with the end result here from Sideshow. But I'm still going to try and be as objective as I can, and I'm going to provide you with as many close-ups and full body shots and all that stuff, so you can really make up your own mind from looking at this video. So I'm going to be discussing the sculpt, even though this is not a new sculpt, I'm going to discuss it anyways. And of course the paint applications and the overall design and everything. Basically I'm just going to talk about every important aspect that I can think of when it comes to this piece. And I'm also going to do something new for this review. I'm going to end it up with a shot of this piece next to my Batman Premium format within my best of case from IKEA, because I usually get a lot of requests in that regard, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in this video. So let's just jump right in and take a look at this piece up close. Now, as you can see, the paint application here is very nice, and the way that the green color and the red color go together, it just takes this piece to a whole new level. The way they did the face, I would say that this is definitely way better than the original release. It's just as if the details are much nicer and they've just put some more attention to the face, and it just looks much more convincing in my opinion. The green skin tone also does a lot to make this piece stand out, and you can see you have highlights and you have shadows, and also around the eyes we have this makeup thing going on, and it just adds a very nice detail and just makes this piece come alive somehow. If you look on the back, you have the red hair here, and you also have highlights and you have shadows, and again you can see how the reds and the greens really complement each other so much, and this is just, the overall appearance of this piece is just amazing, and it's definitely due to these color components, I would say. The leaves on her are also very nicely detailed, where you have these very many variations of green color going on. And all these things just come together and create this very, very appealing looking statue. And I find that if you compare this one with the original one, at least in my opinion, this one just looks way better. And it's definitely due to this paint scheme here. Right, I think that basically covers everything. Now I'm gonna zoom out and we are going to have a look at her body and the overall sculpt of her, so just give me 2 seconds. Right, now as you can see, it's the same sculpt basically, and her pose, by the way, that we see on the original release, and it just really fits the character nicely. This is Poison Ivy as I imagine her, at least, so this is a very nice sculpt, and of course it's inspired by the artwork of Stanley Lau, so you see that as well. But other than that, we have the same pattern here going on with the paint application. It's a very high level of paint application in my opinion. There are highlights and there are shadows, and we have variations of the green going on the leaves, as I also showed you just before. And everything here just looks really, really nice. It's nicely done, I think, and this is a very high level of paint application for a finished product piece, in my opinion. Of course, once again, it doesn't live up to the prototype, and I never think that we'll see that happen with any release, but this is a very high standard in any case, so you're definitely getting a high quality product from Sideshow with this version of her. The flowers of this variant edition are also a unique feature compared to the original release, and as you can see, the level of paint application here is also of a very high standard, and they definitely continue this very fine paint application that we see with this piece overall. And if we zoom out and look at her lower section here, you can see how the flowers are surrounding her and almost creeping up her legs, and it just adds this very organic look. And it also gives you the feeling that these flowers are living beings that are actually trying to protect Poison Ivy. And that really is a cool little aspect with the sculpt here, and I really find that it translates the character of Poison Ivy very well into this sculpt. So and you can see it looks really nice, and you can't even tell that these things are applied. As you can see in my unboxing, I'm actually installing the heads of the flowers, but you can't really see that here. It just looks like a whole thing, and that's a really nice and important thing when it comes to statues like this. If we move directly onto the base, as you can see, we have a very nicely detailed and painted base here. You have a rocky surface that is mossy and viney, and this is placed upon a more traditionally looking base, although without any gargoyles or any Gotham thing going on. It's just a very flat base, and it sets it a bit apart from the remaining DC premium format line, but it still looks amazing, and I can't complain because this just allows for me to display her inside my Besta alongside the Batman premium format. But it's very nicely detailed, and it just looks really good, I think. And if we have yet another rear shot here, you can see another nice detail with her boots that has this very strange but organic looking heel. And again, this is a good example of how this piece is just very nicely detailed in many different ways. Alright guys, I'm basically ready to wrap up this review now. Now this is a repaint, and I know a lot of collectors give out a small sigh when they hear the word repaint because, well, they just demand something new all the time. But in this case I find it to be very warranted because the green skin tone and also the flowers, they just add so much to this sculpt and take it to a whole new level. So this is definitely the perfect version of Poison Ivy in my book, and in my opinion. The green skin tones just, well, they just mix so well with the red hair, and they also resemble the versions of Poison Ivy that I enjoy from the comics. Also, this is a very, let's just say, compact and not too demanding statue in terms of pose and space. It'll fit right in next to my Batman premium format within my IKEA Besta setup. And these days, space is really becoming an issue for me. I don't really have that much room for new additions to my collection. So it's nice being able to add something new right next to something that I have already. That's really a rare occasion these days, especially with the direction that Sideshow is taking with a more, let's just say, ambitious and engaging looking base and pose. And this is just something else, and this is definitely how I prefer my statue. Alright guys, that's it. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, go ahead and post them. And do remember to like, subscribe and comment my video. Thanks a lot guys. Take care.